After 9 rounds over 7 days, the 2013 Classic has come to an end, and the winners have been decided. John Bartholomew had an amazing tournament. In the final, he drew Panjwani in just 10 minutes to clinch first place in the GM field. That draw brought him to the magic 6.5 points.
I knew pretty much after I won against Irina in round 6 to set myself up on 5 out of 6 points that I was in a really favorable spot, and that draws were looking good for me down the stretch, especially with 2 whites. Like, I was feeling good, but I was ready to fight in any game if necessary. Boros was kind of a question mark because I wasn't sure. He's a very tricky player. And once I got by with the draw against him in round 7, pretty much felt that the norm was within reach. I mean, there's a lot of leeway just not needing to win in the final rounds when a draw is acceptable. So psychology-wise, I think now that I'm a little older and more mature, like, I could see my younger self maybe like panicking in a situation like this and possibly even doing something out of the ordinary. But I just played the chess that I've been playing. I stuck with my same opening moves as white, like d4 on move 1, and I felt very confident throughout the event, even in the last few rounds, even though they weren't exciting at all. So this was my final round game against Raja Panjwani, and obviously half point would secure me the norm, so I'm going to be playing this pretty close to the vest. I played d4 just as I had done throughout the tournament, and he responded with the Dutch, which Boros had also played against me a couple rounds prior. And I played g3, knight f6, bishop g2, e6. Boros played this a little bit differently. He chose a setup with g6, bishop g7, which is a bit more combative. Raja's going for the stonewall, which is a really solid line. I played c4, played c6, knight f3, d5, castles, and then bishop d6. And it's pretty well known that one of the best plans for white is to try to eliminate the dark square bishops in this position. So I played b3, intending bishop a3, pretty standard. And he went queen e7, and I played bishop b2, and then Raja castled. And again, white can really seek to exchange the dark square bishops here by playing this plan with queen c1 and bishop a3, which kills a lot of the dynamic play in the position, which of course suits me just fine given my tournament position. I played knight bd2 in this position in the past, actually pretty recently in a couple games. But I think under the circumstances, queen c1 makes a lot of sense. And then bishop d7, bishop a3, bishop e8, retreat on d6. I played queen a3, and then take and take. And here I offered a draw, which he accepted and guaranteed me the norm. Kind of my last 3 games followed the same pattern that I offered a draw right when the hostilities could start, but all in positions where I felt like pretty comfortable. So I'm just very happy to have made this first norm. This is the best tournament I've ever had by far. I've achieved my first GM norm. Feels great, especially to do it here in St. Louis at a very fantastically organized event. I really got to hand it to you guys. This was a great event, one of the best I've ever played in. I honestly don't know what's next for me. I hope to continue playing, and this might adjust my plans a little bit. I mean, anytime you feel like you're in good form, you want to try to build on that and make other things happen. So I think I'm going to try to look at the next few months and see if there's a couple tempting events I can play to maybe get another GM norm opportunity or 2.
Bartholomew has earned his first Grandmaster norm. This is also the first norm of any kind earned at the chess club in 2 years. 2 more performances like this, and he will be a Grandmaster. In the second section, Sean Vibert had his back against the wall. He had to win against Andrew Gorovitz to achieve his second International Master norm. Unfortunately for Sean, Gorovitz stifled the hope of the ambitious 17-year-old.
I know it was very hard for me to make the comeback, the 5 rounds. I mean, I almost did next to what I would hope for this. I almost went through, won all 6, but I'm okay with it. I made a blunder in the last round. It's not too bad, but still, I had a half out of 3, and now I ended up winning 5 out of the rest of the 6, so I'm pretty happy. He played fantastic this tournament. The game he played against me, I had made tons of threats and attacks against him, and every single one, he seemed to play almost the perfect move. I looked at the game afterwards with the engine, it's like move after move after move, here's him making the perfect, so he definitely deserved the win.
With his win, I.M. Gorovitz claimed victory in the I.M. norm field and walks away with first place. Also notable this round, Priyadarshan and Irina Krush battled to a 110-move draw that made everyone late for dinner. It was Krush's chance to nab an extra $300, but Irina couldn't get Pri to crack. With each strong closed event it holds, the Chess Club and Scholastic Center of St. Louis increases its prominence in the international arena. We'll see you at the next St. Louis Classic.